And at the end of the day, what our people fail to realize is that all of this is being sanctioned by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
That's right.
Okay? When the Lord foretold of these things to happen, he's not telling you this like a maybe. No, this is guaranteed.
Right.
This is something that's going to happen because why? The word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is faithful and true, and you can believe that. As I started the lesson, all of these things that that support the scriptures, it's ample amount of proof, all right, that the scriptures are a living text, right? That the things that were written that happened before is actually supported that it came to pass.
Exactly.
So,
yep. You get that. Hey, shalom out there, man.
You know? This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord Yahweh and read.
Yeah, the scriptures, man. Right, the holy text, the holy Bible, man. Go ahead.
No one of these shall fail.
None of these prophecies, man. They haven't failed, they will not fail. Right? And that's another point just to add on to what the brother was saying, man. Hey, it's prophecy. Prophecy, it shows us that the words of the Lord are faithful and true. Right? Like we said, hey, the prophecy shows you that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not a power that shall lie. You know?
None shall want her make. From my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered.
Yeah, so none shall want her made. No texts out there, no books, all right, no doctrines out there can be in the same level as the scriptures, man. Right? Nobody's arguing about the Quran. Nobody's arguing about the thousands of different chemic gods, man. Right? Nobody's talking about that. All the controversies we always talk about, all the controversy surrounds the scriptures, man. Right? The #1 selling book year after year. Right? Read that last part again, that latter half.
From my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered.
Yeah, so by the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, we're being gathered through the Holy Spirit. All right, the Rakak Wadash. This is how the elect are being gathered together now. All right, it's all spiritual. All right, this word has reached the four corners of the earth, man. And what do we have going on? We have the great awakening, man, of the Israelites coming back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in spirit and truth, pursuing to John chapter 4, verse 22 on down, man. Now it's required, as I keep bringing that scripture up, because that's what's important. That is mandatory, that is required, that we worship the power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in spirit and truth, man. This is why all these Christians are mad. All right? Because you have the true Israelites, all right, standing back up due to the breath, and they're worshiping the power and spirit and truth.
The Lord is pleading our cause. You know?
Yep.
The Lord is pleading our cause. We're continually praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to come and bring the judgment and deliverance of his people. All right? And as we continue to chant down Babylon, right, these things are coming to pass. These things are coming to fruition because really, as Aquan was saying, these Christians are disturbed because ultimately, Christianity is nothing more than an extension of the Edomite hegemony. Christianity is nothing more than the Edomite religion, right?
White supremacy.
It's white supremacy, Edomite supremacy. Okay, so that stronghold has long been broken. All right, and these Christians are starting to see, oh shit, this is starting to catch wind.
Right.
Right, they're starting to blow off the dust off of their Bibles.
They're waking up.
They're seeing like, oh wow, this is true.
Right.
This is truly them.
That's the fear, though. Pursuing, get that in Revelation 11. That's the fear.
It came to pass.
Right? That's the fear.
That the children of Israel.
This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 11. And after 3 days and a half,
God was with
the
them.
spirit of life
Amen.
from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai entered into them.
Right, so after that, basically 350 years from the time of 1619 all the way up to the point of the 1960s, 1970s, all right, the nation of Israel was in a dead state of mind. Black, African-American, Afro-American, colored, Latinos, Spanish, Native American, you know, we were dead, man. Because according to those proverbs and bywords, those were not our true nationality.
Got it quickly.
You got it, brother.
This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16, because we're going into that dead state of mind, you know, not knowing who you are. This is Proverbs 21 and 16. It says, the man that wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. That's pretty much Jake in America in different captivities that we were scattered to, you know, without the truth. But now we're coming back, you know, and pretty much stand on our feet, you know.
Yep. Read that for me again, Doc.
This is Proverbs 21 and 16. It says, the man that wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Yeah, so that shows you that this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is life. This is how we are truly been made alive again, by the quickening through this word, through this knowledge. So any Jake out there that's not equipped with the knowledge, if you will, all right, you remain in the congregation of the dead, point blank, period, man. And the scriptures say that the Lord is not the power of the dead, but the power of the living, man. You know? You got it, Doc.
If I may, can I pull up the meaning of life?
Yeah, you got it, brother.
This is the word life from the Free Dictionary. It says the characteristic state or condition of a living organism, the activities and interests of a particular area around, a manner of living, a spiritual state regarded as transcending a corporeal death.
You got it, brother.
Physical, mental, and spiritual experiences that constitute existence. So it's a certain way that we have to actually live and abide to actually be living in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim El Shah.
Right.
And that's what matters at the end of the day.
Right.
Because to this world, which tells you life is a life, it's nothing more than death culture. Right? They tell you it's life, but then all of this death is just going on continually, non-stop. All right? Primarily against you tribes, because you're living adverse to your identity of life.
Right.
Jumping back in Revelations 11 and 11. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Bashim El Shai entered into them.
Yeah, so this is all spiritual. That's why a carnal man can't receive of these things, man. This is why the world don't get it. Right? And it wasn't meant for them to get it. Right? Go ahead.
And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yeah, and they stood upon their feet, man. That's us coming back to who we truly are. We stood upon our feet. Isaiah 44. Right? They shall pop up as willows by the water courses, man. Right? They stood upon their feet, and what else?
They stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And that's the point, man. This is what all the ruckus is about, as the brother say. This is what all the riffraff is about. Right? The fact that what? The true Israelites, the remnant, the elect, are standing back up. The men that you see all over the planet speaking the same thing, man. This brings great fear in the hearts of Esau and the rest of our enemies, the rest of these heathen nations, man. Right? The fact that we're up here, not on no nigga shit, but coming straight out of the scriptures and condemning this current setup, man. Right? As it was prophesied to happen. Right? It's through the power of Yahweh Bashim El Shai that all of these strongholds are being eliminated right now, man. This is why Jake is beginning to see. Jake is repenting. That's the last thing Esau could want Jake to do, is to repent and to come back to his power, because he set up a system that was contrary, all right, to the scriptures in our power, man, to keep us in sin, to keep us oppressed and downtrodden, man. So the moment we woke up and repented and came back to the Lord and proclaimed his name, all right, it's a problem now. Right?
That was pointed out in that film, Who Cloned Tyrone.
Right.
Right? And a lot of our people are seeing that shit, man. The food that you ingest, the music you consume, right? Your whole life has been orchestrated to pretty much break you down to the point where your whole entire nation is destroyed and pretty much no nation at all.
Right.
Right?
That's right. Bring him out.
Just laying back and off, the brother saying how, when we come back to our power, that's what they truly fear, man. Right? Now this account, when we were coming out of Egypt, is speaking on Yahweh Shai, right? But us coming back to serve Yahweh Shai, the same fight that he did for them back then is what he's going to do for us, man.
That's right, brother.
It's Exodus chapter 23 and verse 20. And it reads, "Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place where I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him." And you know, we've gone through this Gentile state where we've been provoking the Lord, man. Right? But now, as the brother mentioned, Esau Edom was doing all these wicked devices to cause Jacob to go off. Now we're coming back to our true heritage, and they see the power that's about to come against them, man. It's Exodus chapter 23 and verse 22. "But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries."
Hey, doesn't it tell you in James 2:19 that the devils do know also and tremble? These devils understand these dynamics that exist between Yahweh Bashem Al Shai and the Israelites, man. That's why they go so hard to pollute your neighborhoods, man. Keep you in sin, keep you engulfed in it. To where Jake is at the point where Jake will openly say, like, look, I done fucked up so bad I feel like I can't be forgiven. Like Jake got a number done on him, yo.
Psychological damage.
Yep.
You know, that's why Jake want to love everybody, man. Jake want to be accepted by everybody. When in return, the nations don't feel like that about you. Right? Prime example, Psalm 83. What did the nations do? They conspired to get rid of Israel, man. They said, let the name of Israel be cut off. Let the name of Israel be no more remembrance, man. That's true hate. But Jake want to love every goddamn body. He want to save the nations, man. Right?
How crazy it is to take away a whole nation's identity. Like that's like I was watching a brother from GMS Dallas. His page is Soldier for Yahweh Shai. But he was pretty much like talking about how these economic forum leaders are pretty much talking about calling the global top people. I don't want to say it just because they might get a strike, but he pretty much said that they're anti. That's to call them that is to be anti-chef.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hold up. If you're saying that's hate speech, what about all the atrocious acts that you've committed throughout all of this time? Your whole track record is full of hate. Your whole track record is fueled by tearing down an entire nation of people. And then calling them crazy, gaslighting them when they come back to their senses of who they are.
Right. I got something. And this is why these laws are in effect. This is Jeremiah 49:10. "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself." Right? So now it's hate speech when you call out the ones that run the show. Right? The ones that control every goddamn thing, man. From the resources to the money to the military to your food. Right? Now you can't speak on it because we're in a time of what? Of the son of perdition being revealed.
Right. You don't like that shit.
You don't like that shit?
He's lived and operated off of secrecy, right? As it tells you that he will be loose for a little season to go out and do what? To deceive the nations. A deceptive person is very secretive, right? They're very subtle, as it tells you in Genesis, that the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Speaking of Esau, man. All right, and he moves in that way, but his subtlety is his power and it's being exposed. You know?
That's the decline of his power. To finish it out. Jeremiah 49:10, "But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places. And he should not be able to hide himself." Yeah, his lies, his deception, right? His false narratives, his secret counsels. It's all being exposed and revealed. It says his seed is spoiled, right? Because what is the Lord going to do when he comes? Soon to Obadiah, it says what? He's going to get rid of the house of Esau. He's going to turn it into stubble, the scriptures say, man. Meaning he's going to get rid of the seed of Esau, man, the lineage, right? It says his seed is spoiled and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, meaning he's nothing, he's ruined, right? And it all started with what? Him being exposed. And And we're seeing the ruining of a society now, man. All right, the moral decay, the decadence, all right, the filth that's being promoted, which clearly shows you that there's no wisdom operating here in America, man. Right?
It's confusion. If there's one thing you can say about America, if you sum America up into one word, it's confusion. Right? America is that land of confusion. America is Babylon the Great.
Talk loud for me, it's a little far away.
This is Job chapter 10 and verse 21. It says, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. And it's called the shadow of death. It's pretty much death lurks on every corner. It says,
The sin is promoted. Right?
it says,
The wages of sin is death.
it says, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, because you mentioned confusion. It's not really set in a particular fashion. When you go into this word order, it means like an arrangement, you know, so it's not truly established. It's like, be what you want to be, like Burger King, have it your way. You know how Esau get down.
It's the Gentile state of mind. It's the Gentile way. Do as thou wilt, the Alice and Crowley. That shit ain't profitable. Look at where they got everybody at. Bug the hell out. People are so bugged out that you can have your own perception of reality. To hell with what's real.
Right.
What matters to you? That's not real.
Yeah. You can identify as a piece of shit. That's the society we live in. Right?
And you better not say I'm a Jew.
And Esau changed what works to what feels good and what sounds good.
Right. Yeah, he created a society based off lust, the flesh, carnality. This is why everybody in the society is destroyed. This is why the society is destroyed, right? Because when you eliminate boundaries, right? When there's no morals, when there's no spirituality, if you will, right? That's the fall of a society. Hey, are we not in Rome 2.0? Did not these same very things happen at the fall of Rome before it completely collapsed?
And it's so heavy too, Zaquan, because you'll have think pieces and articles that'll come out and say, is America following the same footsteps as Rome? Yeah, it fucking is.
I'm gonna finish it out. It says, and where the light is as darkness, that's pretty much this place puts darkness for light and lightness for dark. You know, they uphold the things that are wicked and they call it good.
Right.
You know?
I got a piece of to go along. This is Isaiah chapter 60, and verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. And who was the one that forwarded that darkness? All right, Babylon. All right, you can read about that in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, how Babylon pretty much went out throughout the whole earth and forwarded these doctrines. Does philosophy actually hold that? Habakkuk 2 and 5.
I got something real quick. This is Psalms 23. All right, I'll start at the top. Psalms 23 verse 1, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in the green pastures, which is tied to the word, man. All right, this knowledge. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. The point, verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, all right, which is America, Babylon, all right? This is the land of the shadow of death. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me, which is what? This is all tied what? Back to the word, back to the scriptures, man, which is tied to that rod and staff, right? Which gives us the comfort throughout this dark society, man. The light, basically, man. Nope.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Right.
Neither keepeth at home.
Yeah, this nigga's all over the planet Earth, wreaking havoc. This is why the nations are tired of him, man. Right? Go ahead, out.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Who enlarges his desire as hell. Go ahead.
And is as death.
It is death. Every way facet about Esau, his system, his ways is all leading to death. Sin. Go ahead. That's why he's regarded as what? The man of sin.
Order of wickedness.
This is what he pushes. This is what he promotes throughout the planet, man. Go ahead.
That's so sick, man.
And cannot be satisfied,
Yep.
but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And pretty much this place is known as the melting pot. Could you get Isaiah, Jeremiah 50 and 37 about the shot? Let's put this context.
It's Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 29.
How are you?
A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. Not really good. It's Proverbs 16 and verse 29. A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. He shutteth his eyes to devise froward things. Moving his lips, he bringeth evil to pass. You know, so just like the brother was bringing out, you know, the only thing Esau can do is bring death into the world, man. Right? Everything he speaks has malicious intent behind it.
Exactly.
You know, every action, every step, you know, everything you see in society is designed to bring death into the world.
Yeah, primary point. That's a great point. Just like he did with the whole jab campaign, man. When he forced that shit down your throat, all right, to get that damn jump shot, man. And look what happened to LeBron James' son, man. Hey, he ain't shooting the jump shots right now.
That nigga was probably big jump shot with that shit.
You see what I'm saying? 18 years old, suffering from cardiac arrest, man. Where the hell you think that came from, man?
And this ain't no ordinary, like, child. Like, knowing how LeBron takes care of his body, his son is probably brought up in that same type of care for his health.
Right.
Like, he is in the top shape of his life. Youthful, well educated on how to take care of his body and suffering from cardiac arrest.
Come on, man.
What's the connecting dot between all of these athletes that have been catching this shit?
Right.
It's only one underlying thing, but a lot of you people, you like to play that game. Well, I don't know, cause you got that shit on it.
And you know how many sports commentators, soccer players, right, basketball players just collapse on TV and nobody's saying shit.
Man, what was Buddy that was at the it was a fucking broadcaster for the Houston Rockets. That nigga mid-broadcast just cracks out like yo,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But that's what happens when you trust your enemy. Let's get that real quick.
I got a quick one.
Go ahead, Al.
This is Isaiah 30 and verse 3.
Because, hey, Elon Musk talking about, hey, and this is how you know it's all stirring up controversy for more distractions. But Elon Musk is like, look, the reason why he had cardiac, LeBron James' son, Bronny, had the heart attack is because of the damn jabs. Then you got these news channels trying to save face like that wasn't the case, right? But the truth is out there, man.
Bro, there's no way you're suffering cardiac arrest in your workouts. You're not running a full court game, you're working out.
Got it right. This is Isaiah 30 and verse 3. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Yep.
See, that's why pretty much, you know, people is dropping dead like that because they trusted and this idol that American Babylon the Great had to offer. You know?
You know? Now it's all leading to your shame, man. People's immune systems are compromised, man. You finished out here, man. Right?
Isn't it coincidental now? Isn't it coincidental now? You got all of these talks of climate change and how it's going to affect the weather this upcoming season.
Yep.
You niggas gonna be out here getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
They even said this heat wave that's going on right now is contributing to a lot of heart attacks too. But that's for the people that got the surprise package in their body, right? Give me that surprise.
This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy,
Never trust our enemy. Go ahead.
for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right, because you can't get rid of the rust. The rust is always going to come back. It's not going nowhere, just like his wickedness. He is who he was created to be. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed.
Yeah, take good heed of him. Watch his ass. Because that's what he did with the whole campaign. He tried to crouch down. He tried to humble himself. Like, look, basically, I know that I did you niggas dirty in the past, all right, with the Tuskegee experiments and various other atrocities that I did to you, but you can trust me now.
Right.
This time is different, man. We're here to save you, man. Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, hey, you get it first. Do it for the country.
Right. Here it is. You're in the middle of a health crisis, and the incentives are unhealthy as hell.
Right.
Like, you giving away Krispy Kreme donuts, you giving away fucking burgers from fucking Shake Shack. Why don't you give away some bananas?
Right.
Why don't you say everybody go on a clean diet, reform your immune system? But hey, at the end of the day, as we have said, look, as the scriptures just said, you don't trust your enemy. You going crouching, but know that he's still your enemy at the end of the day. He don't mean no good to you.
And leopard can't change his spots. Go ahead, Al.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Yep.
And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Can't get rid of the rust. He's wicked, man.
Yep.
It is what it is,
Yep.
right? Nothing's changed. You can't change it. He's been created, he's been programmed to be the wicked. Habakkuk told us that his spirit is not upright in him. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Yep.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand,
Yep.
lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou art, and thou at the last remember my words.
Yeah, don't trust him, man, because his intentions, his mindset is to ultimately destroy you.
Yep.
Right?
He's trying to take it so far to sever your time from Yahweh Shai. The depths of this man's mind, when it comes to severing you off from existing, is deeply rooted, man. Right? And be pricked therewith. Verse 13.
So the Lord commanded us to remember these things, man. Right? Go ahead.
And that's exactly the opposite of what the world is telling us to do. The world tells us to love our enemy. The world tells us to forget and forgive. Right? But the Lord is telling you, no. Take good heed to your enemy. Take good heed to the person that's harming you and destroying you with every ounce of his power, man. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Yep.
And that's exactly what we're gonna say to you niggas, right, at the end of the day. And we say that to y'all people at the end of the day, that continually lean upon Egypt, right? Could you grab that right quick? And I believe it's Isaiah 36:6, right? Why would we feel bad for you if you were the one that knew better and you still went down to lean upon Egypt, man? You still fortified yourself in hopes that what this man said goes. And as the Quran had made mention of, it's too much information out here to be trusting in this system that's documentedly planted against your people. That's planned openly against your people. Right? Got it?
I got it right here. It's Isaiah 36 and verse 6. It says, Lo thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it.
Right. You hoping for support and protection and power, right, from Egypt, man. All right. In America, it tells you in the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, right, is spiritual Sodom and spiritual Egypt. All right. You're still leaning upon the place that was meant to serve as your captivity. Okay? And at the end of the day, again, we're not going to take any pity for you niggas, man. There's too much information out here. All right? The Lord has set up leadership, as the scriptures tell us, all right, that will tell you this is the way, walk ye in it. Jake hearing it, but they turning the shoulder.
I'm going to finish it out. It says, so is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him.
So is Pharaoh Egypt to all that trust in him. That nigga's unreliable. Look at who you have being set up as your leaders, and then who you have being pushed at the forefront post-midterm elections. Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, a senile old-ass nigga, Bill, what's his nigga name? I can't even remember this nigga's name. top of my
Like a
head.
blob type.
No, this is the president, the serving president right now. His name just skips my mind. The president right now, Biden. Yeah, Biden. He's senile, right? Like, this is your leadership. This is who you have to lean in for protection. This is who your hope is put in. There's no protection at all.
Isaiah 19 and verse 3. The spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. You know, so just like the brother is saying, man, our people are, they don't understand that everything that this place is built on is about to be destroyed, man. So you putting your trust in a system that's destined for destruction, man. You know? Exactly. That's that confusion, because you're gonna be like, why is this happening? You know, I expected this to be able to maintain itself and move on and continue to grow, right? But as it reads in the scripture, you know, the spirit of Egypt shall fail, man. And the counsel thereof is going to be destroyed, man. So all your counselors, all your wizards and warlocks, you know, they're not going to have any answers for these times that come, man. Isaiah 19 and verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Right, like the brother said, we see everything in the midst of spiritual Egypt failing. From the economy, from the morals, to the mindset of the people, the confidence and trust in the government. All of that's failing, man. Right? Hey, there was a poll that got put out there that Joe Biden is the least favorable president in history. You know? America's a failure. Christianity is a failure. Right? Right. He wasn't fit to rule. Read on.
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Yeah, the spirit of Egypt shall fail. Everybody, there's a heavy spirit of unsurety, man. You know, people don't know what the hell is going to happen next. You know, people don't trust the banks. There's another article about people don't want to keep their money in the banks because people fear that, look, this shit about to crash, and you're not going to have access to your funds no more, man.
They don't trust their neighbors, right? Just the trust in these quote-unquote American, you know, principles. They don't believe in that shit no more.
Right.
All of that is out the window.
Exactly.
Continue on.
Yeah, and what's it called? The FDIC and the banks, they're not going to be able to insure that money. I was watching a video with the Edomite, I forgot his name, but he was breaking it down, man. They don't even have that amount of money in the banks to insure all those people that have a $250,000 in the bank, man. Right? So your trust in this system, in this banking system, is it's a strong delusion, man.
If I may add too, Saquon, you know, just for those that are tuning in, you know, be mindful of these banks that you do transactions with, because, you know, news has came out about certain third-party companies like Cash App, for instance. You know, that money isn't FDIC insured. So if you lose that money, you lose it for good. They're not going to insure that money. They're not going to back it. So just something, you know, to put out there.
Yep. You know, the deviousness of Esau Edom, right? That money might disappear and then show up in a Fed Now account, you know? And now you got to go get Karagma'd up, you know, to get access to your funds again.
We were saving it for you. We want to just keep it here safe. Protecting it for you.
Back to Isaiah 19 and verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
Yep.
And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits.
Right, and that's the point I wanted to harp on right there, because right now in these last days we live in, man, it's heavy witchcraft that's going on, man. People are communing with idols and familiar spirits, tapping into that left-hand energy real heavy right now, man. But that's not going to save this place, man. Right? The astrology, all right? You're hearing these black women talking about tapping into their ancestors and all that. Yeah, the universe.
Since when did the universe exalt themselves as an entity? Nobody gives credit to the Most High anymore.
That's that New Age shit, man. That New Age doctrine that's being pushed right now, man. That New Age religion.
Also, if I can add too, pretty much going into the downfall of America, Babylon, the Great, pretty much, with the military, you know, right now they having issues with like enlistment. You know, so now they got officers, but they having trouble like the lower enlisted because people won't enlist. They got an increase in suicides. You know, you got people for so long, like 80% of like the recruits was from former and current troops. But these people are now saying, hey, don't enlist. So now they're gonna have to come up with a draft, but just further pushing the spirit of Egypt failing because pretty much people don't even want to join the military. You know.
Imagine you fighting, and you fighting with somebody that don't want to fight.
Right. Oh no, imagine you fighting and the soldier next to you is a damn transformer.
That was something else too. Pretty much they have to. There was an article I read on RT, but pretty much they had what do you call them? Drag people. They was putting them on ads to encourage those that are dragged to join the military.
Come on, man. That's why the spirit of Egypt is failing in the midst of it, man. All these perverse laws that are being pushed right now. See, that all brought the decline of Babylon, man. Right? That was it, right? Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 49 and verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman?
Right.
Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
Is their wisdom vanished? Ain't no damn wisdom here in America. Right? And we see that by what? The laws and decrees that are being pushed heavily right now, man. All this weirdo freakism shit, man. Right? And it's at the point now where I read an article that YouTube is basically blocking videos that's talking about the P to the E to the D to the O. Right? Yeah, hate speech is, if you speak about the trafficking and all of that, videos get taken down, getting removed, man. This place is wicked, man. Right? So there ain't no damn wisdom here, man. Look at your leadership, man. Hell, not even dealing with the presidents and the Congress. Look at the leaders over black and brown people so-called, man. Look at the leaders of Jake, man.
Jake, you really can't point to the leadership. Like niggas, if you ask, let's try that actually. When Jake walk by, we gonna ask who's your leaders. Jake probably ain't gonna know who the fuck to say for real. Right. Niggas just gonna throw out fucking Farrakhan. That's probably about it for real.
Charleston White.
Yeah, Charleston White. Some Umar Johnson, some fucking rapper, you know.
Jeremiah 49 and verse 8. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him.
Yeah, and we're in a time where the Lord is visiting Esau right now, man. This place is being visited via the plagues. All right? The decline of the society is part of the plagues that Yahweh Shah set upon spiritual Egypt. Right? The lack of morality and spirituality, man. The abominations that's pushed, man. Right? That's all plagues, man. You know, the system of bellying up, corrupt. Right? The Lord is really plaguing this place, man. Like he told us in 2 Ezra 15. He said that I was going to plague Egypt as the plagues before. Right?
It's Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 9. Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceeding great.
Every time we bring it, every time. That's crazy. Come on, man. What the fuck?
The iniquity of the house of Israel and of Judah is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness. For they say the Lord hath forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth not. So like the elder was saying, this place is full of perverseness, man. Right? That's the plague that the Lord has allowed this place to live on in, man. And the result of that is going to be great death, great famines, right? Great judgments from Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Lewdness, you know, a result of lewdness is famine, man. Right? You read in the book of Tobit, man. You know, so all these things you see happening, this is what the culmination of wickedness in the earth, and we're going to see the greatest judgment to ever grace the earth take place as a result, man.
Yeah, this is what happens to a society that rejects the Most High, man. Right? We're witnessing that. America is living proof of a society that completely rejects the Lord. We're seeing the results of it.
You want to grab that?
Yeah, you got it.
This is is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14.
Yep.
It says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yeah, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit, man. It's a very sick and twisted and corrupt spirit that's in the midst of America right now, man. The mindset of these people are finished, man. Right? As the brother brought out earlier, this is the land of darkness. Right?
It says, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
In every work thereof. These people are in the spirit of error in every work.
I get that word.
You got it.
The word for err, it says ta'ai, it says to wander, which means to be led astray off in the path of righteousness. It says, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, it's a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, man. So that's spiritually applied to the inhabitants of this land. They're likened unto a drunken man wallowing around in his throw up. Right? Those that ever, seen somebody, drunk off their ass and they got throw up all over his clothes and shit. Right? That's how spiritually these people are in this land, man. It's completely finished, man. Right?
Just reading this in the GNT, Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath made them give confusing advice. As a result, Egypt does everything wrong and staggers like a drunk, slipping on his own vomit. That's what the elder said, man. Right? They're throwing up, because of all the wicked philosophies out here, man. And now they try to walk and they slipping and falling, man. Right? That's what we see. That's what we see when we see these people walking around, man. It's a bunch of spiritually drunk people, rolling around, slipping, like slipping slides, man. In their own vomit.
Yep. Intoxicated with sin and transgression. And that's why this place eventually is about to be eliminated via ICBM nuclear destruction, man. That's the only remedy for America, man. It ain't nothing else. It ain't no spiritual revival, right? It ain't the churches banding together, coming together to bring spirituality back to this place. This place is finished, man.
What spirit is there to revive in Babylon? We gonna go back to what Babylon was on from the beginning. It never stopped. It just got worse. It was always America, Babylon the Great was wicked from its inception. When them conquistadors came over here and slew the blood of our brothers from the northern kingdom, they was automatically spilling blood. Spilling blood on the land, already defiled it, striking them. And then just kept going. There's no revival, there's no healing of Babylon. Babylon is due for a great judgment.
This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, woe to the bloody city.
And that bloody city, we go ahead and read it again.
God, this is Nahum 3 and 1. Woe to the bloody city.
Bloody city is America. What was America built upon? The rape, robbery, murder of the Israelites. Keep reading.
It is full of lies and robbery.
It's full of lies and robbery, rape, rob, and murder. All the treaties that they broke. Like they got actual documentation of the U.S. making treaties with the Gadites and Reubenites, and they was just continually breaking the damn contracts. Right? Just full of lies. Everything that they spoke, they had a tongue for it, man.
He don't even abide by his own laws.
Exactly.
He doesn't even abide by his own penal codes. Go ahead.
Even with the thing with reparations, they were just throwing that out there to get Jake, excited.
Yeah. They know how to fuck with Jake.
That nigga Joe Biden went on that podium and told all of them Israelites, don't worry about it, y'all. I'm gonna wipe away your student debt. Nigga, it'd be like $30 trillion in debt. How you finna do that? But Jake ate that shit up. They swore his ass in, and now here it is, 3 years into his tenure. Hey, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it, y'all. I tried though.
I'm gonna finish it out. It says the prey departeth not.
The prey departeth not. You Israelites are the prey. You still here in captivity, man. You ain't free yet. Exactly. And the only way out is Yahushua, man.
That's
all right?
his name.
He delivers. He saves. Right? I got something real quick. Will you just bring that out?
Yeah, I'll get it.
All right, man. I got something real quick. All right, this is Lamentations 4. Lamentations 4:17, it says, as for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us, man. That's the spirit of our people, man. 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics. You're watching for a nation that cannot save your ass, man. America was set up to be your captivity, your judgment, right? So when Esau gets on the platform, it comes with all these ideas and solutions to better your cause here in hell, right? And he's beguiling you, man. Just like he did Eve in the garden, man. Right? You're being bamboozled, right? That's why so many you niggas out there regret for even getting that damn jump shot, man. You know? Reading on, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets, right? And the scriptures tell you that in Psalms 10, that he hides in the secret lurking places, in the villages. Somebody get that. Hold that on deck. Lamentations 4:18, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. And what's heavy too, Esau studies everything about Jacob. All right, Esau knows more about Jake than Jake knows about himself, man.
Jake is an experiment.
Come on, man.
A walking, talking experiment.
The movie, right?
Yeah.
They clone Tyrone, right? It's a perfect example
Right.
of what Esau Edom has been doing with you niggas out here.
Right.
You know, he's literally growing test tube babies and placing them throughout the earth, you know, to see how much destruction they can cause. Man.
That's crazy.
They out here, what's the word? Doing studies on how they can destroy you through the music, through the food, right? You know, through the whole, if your environment, right? Everything, the mindset, the TV, everything is designed to destroy Jake. Man.
So basically, this nigga has weaponized everything, man. He's weaponized the water, the food, the air, right? Hell, the clothing we wear, the music, the vibrations and frequencies that we're exposed to. It's all been weaponized to destroy our people, man. Right? Reading
Things upside down.
I got that right here.
You got it. I'm gonna go back to this.
This is Psalms 10 and verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, and the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Yeah. And read it again, Slakia.
God. This is Psalms 10 and verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
He sit up in the lurking places of the villages, man. Right? Esau be lurked out. He be hiding out, man, trying to get Jake, man. Right? You see that with these cops and whatnot. You know?
Shit, I'm about to say, even with the movie, like they was recording a cell phone conversation, and Esau was sitting there writing the notes.
Come on, man. This is what he does.
Yeah.
This is why we live in a surveillance state, man. Everything's recorded, monitored. Hey, welcome to the new world. Yeah, big brother. Palm scanners, palm readers, worldwide surveillance, satellites all over the goddamn place, right? Facial recognition, right? Go ahead, Op.
And the,
Niggas want to be here.
in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Who's the poor? The Israelites. It says his eyes are privily set against the poor. He said he murdered the innocent in secret places, man. Esau doing all these damn experiments and studies, destroying Jake, killing Jake, man, in these hospitals, right? That's why Jake be scared to go to the hospital, right? Because they know what time it is. Esau, and he'd be ready to off you, man. You know, it's big money behind death, man. It's big money behind big pharma and keeping you sick, keeping you doped up on pills and prescriptions and shit, man. Not curing the ailments, man, but constantly giving you shit to suppress it to keep you paying it, man, paying the money. You know?
It's dumb.
Right. That's why the scriptures say that this devil, they're all physicians of no value, man. Because a true physician is supposed to heal you, man.
Like I said in the world, a patient cured is a customer lost. Man.
Exactly.
Right? Their whole MO is to collect as much dollars as they can off of you before you die. Man.
Right. You got all this damn insurance for what? The damn insurance that you paying for don't even cover the shit that you're insuring for. You know? Let me finish this out. Lamentations 4:17, as for us, our eyes have yet filled for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Right? You got Jake talking about vote or die, make your vote count. This our year, right? We gonna be heard, we gonna make changes, right? You put your hope in a nation that could not save you. Verse 18, they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness, man, and that's the spirit of Esau, man. Scriptures describe Esau as being a cunning hunter, right? Brother quoted in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, that the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. So this is how the wicked operates, man. Right?
He did that when we was trying to make our journey to the promised land. He's staking out, lurking around the corners.
Right. Didn't let us go through the land.
Trying to kill killing the elderly and the kids and the way in the back. This nigga Esau is crazy.
I'm showing you his subtlety.
Go ahead.
It's Sirach chapter 13. Now start in verse 3. It reads, the rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also.
Right.
Know that rich man being Esau, man, and that poor being you Israelites, right? It says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Right? Because, they, just let kindness to this world, man. Right? They use Jacob, to the last drop. And then they just cast you off to the side, man. You see that in every realm, whether it be sports, whether it be music, they're going to suck you dry and then just throw you to the dogs, man. It says, verse 5, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear, and will not be sorry for it. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee. And what are we seeing with Jake, man? They need the so-called black vote. They need the so-called Mexican vote, right? But that all it is deception, man. So that's why you see all these different campaign ads, all these things that they're pushing towards Israelites, because they know that they need you to agree to this system.
Can I add to your point? It's pretty much also in that video or that movie. He said it's better to assimilate than to annihilate, because you know that Jake's kryptonite is sin. But he knows that the society is going to thrive with Jake.
Exactly. What do you say? It's better to assimilate
than to annihilate.
Yeah, it's better to assimilate than to annihilate. That's heavy. Get Genesis 49. That's what happened with Jake. Genesis 49 and verse 9. Right?
That desegregation to the Nimrod thing.
Right.
It's like night and day.
Because prior to all of that, 50s and 60s, man, Jake had his own thing going, man. Jake was thriving without Esau, man. And Esau saw that, and what did he do? He destroyed Jake, man. The bombings of the cities, the lynchings, overthrowing cities that Jake was in. You go into all the different histories, that's what Esau did,
This is Genesis 49 and verse 9. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion.
He couched as a lion, man. Right? So basically, Jake lost that edge, man. Jake lost that fight. Right? Go ahead.
And if I can add, the scriptures tell us that Judah is the head tribe. So when Judah was on top and was really galvanizing behind this idea of finding our place and our footing as individuals separate from Esau, everyone else started to galvanize around it.
Right.
Right? But when Jake got took down, everybody did too.
Yeah.
Or when Judah got took down.
Yeah, because that assimilation, man, that was detrimental to Jake, man. See what I'm saying? Because essentially Jake took on the ways of Esau. Right? That's why we see look at today, man. By Jake taking on the ways of Esau, Jake has become worse than the wicked, man. Niggas walking around with the blonde hair and the tattoos, acting like Edomites and shit. Saying they got that Edomite spirit,
say they surpass the deeds of the wicked. Like that's a crazy analogy. I mean, it's not even an analogy. That's just the truth.
Right.
Like that's just cold, man. You surpass the wicked at their own game.
Right.
I'm gonna finish it out.
Yep.
It says, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Yeah, who shall rouse him up? And that's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Jake is being roused up now by this knowledge, by the truth, man. Jake is waking up. Jake is snapping out of the spell, if you will, man. You know, Jake is he's receiving of that what's the word I'm looking for? He's coming back to that young lion spirit, you know.
You see it more and more. You know,
Chief is locked. I'm about to say chiefly because the truth is going out in the earth. I got a quick precept. This is Isaiah 28 and verse 17. It says, judgment also will I lay to the line,
Right.
and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, going into Esau's refuge of lies, the things that he was always able to keep in secret. This truth is sweeping those away. It says, and the water shall overflow the hiding place. Or everything that Esau tried to keep secret. The Lord is revealing that stuff.
the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 28. Matter of fact, I started 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. All right, because why? The mountain of Esau, that veil has been lifted. Can you grab Isaiah 25 and 7? Right quick, Robert, yourself.
This is
Right. That veil, you get it right now. That veil of deception that the Edomites have placed on the whole entire earth is getting lifted, man, because the truth is being exalted.
This is Isaiah 25 and verse 7. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Right, in this mountain, in the scriptures, mountains represent governments, right?
Right.
That's why when these top leaders, they have what? Summits, right? Where they have their top meetings, right?
And the logo is literally a mountain.
It says, destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
The covering cast, the veil. That veil that blinded the minds of the people to know who is who. Who's the wicked. Can you read it?
And the veil that is spread over all nations.
The veil spread upon all nations. Esau's being exposed, man. All right? That deception is being exposed. The truth is coming out. 2 Ezra 6 and 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have so long without fruit, shall be declared, and the truth is being declared. All right? Continually, man. All right? Starting with the head elders and apostles on down. All right? Even with these other camps that don't have the understanding, they're still pushing Israel. Right? And telling our people, look, nah, you're not black, you're not Hispanic or Native American, you're an Israelite, man.
Right.
And in doing so, that starts to turn the gears in Jake's mind. All right? And in turn, more and more ample information is coming out in this age of information that shows forth that this digger has been deceiving our people, man.
The vibration.
Yep.
The vibration of the prophets is out here, man.
Yep.
Nope.
It's Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Keep going.
If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Go ahead.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
Yeah, how all the things that Esau searched out, sought up, right? All of his secrecy, all of his plans, right? His grand ambitions, if you will. It's all being sought up. All right, it's all being put in the forefront. Right, read on.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
How are his hidden things sought up? All right, all the things that he tried to keep hidden, all right, are being brought forth to light, man. This is how the world knows that you are the devil, according to the Bible, man. You are the deceiver of the earth, man. The adversary, man. Satan in the flesh. Go ahead, I'll read on.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Yep.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee
Yep.
and prevailed against thee.
Yeah, and it's so heavy, man, because all these nations that had you know, that were in league with Esau, if you will, eventually they're going to turn on him. And I thought about that too, because I was just watching a little bit of documentary on the YouTube going into J. Oppenheimer, right, the father of the atomic bomb, going back to 1945 when they dropped those bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know what I'm saying? And it was horrible, man. And you think Japan forgot about that? You think Japan gonna let that slide? They're gonna be. You guarantee there's gonna be one of the nations that's gonna send missiles on this place, man.
There's still people living from it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They still pretty much the what you call it, the radiation and the result of that pretty much those in that generation they passed stuff down to their kids, so they pretty much still got ailments and stuff like that from that particular event.
And that was 1945, man. Right? Esau straight up dropped the atomic bomb on them, man. That shit is crazy. Right? But these nations are eventually going to turn their backs, as we see now. They're going to turn their backs on America, and they're going to lay that wound. What did it say? Lay the wound on it. Read it again.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
Yep.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Yeah, these nations are laying that wound on you. They're eventually going to send them missiles over here, man. Nations that you thought that was allies, that was in league with you, they're going to turn on you.
This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, thou wast not spoiled.
Yep.
And dealest treacherously, they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Exactly, and that's how America has dealt with all the nations. That's why the scriptures regard Babylon as what? The hammer of the earth, man. Right? And that hammer of the earth is about to be broken. Go ahead.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
Yep.
And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Speak, brother.
And pretty much like you were saying, these other nations making those deals behind America's back. You know, they're going to catch them unaware.
Catch you slipping.
Because I was watching this YouTube channel. This guy named Johnny Harris. He has a YouTube channel that he pretty much just exposes Esau continuously. So he did a lesson in particular about how we're entering into this Cold War, right? Where you have America fighting to maintain their global supremacy, but you have these various nations that are popping up, pretty much doing away with the supremacy of the American dollar,
Right.
the American way, right? And as brothers are saying, these nations that are in cahoots with America, when the time comes, they're going to pull back. Because they haven't forgot all of the things that America has done.
Right.
All of the imperialism. Remember,
Come
the
on,
scriptures
man.
tell you that the nations are drunken and are mad.
Right.
They may save face for politics. They put on the poker face, but they all hold deep hatred. Remember, the French president, he was heated. He was heated when America made that backdoor deal to give Australia them submarines. He was like, man, fuck America. Everybody like, oh shit, I thought y'all was cool.
Right.
You know, because everybody think France and America cool because of the relationship going back to the Independence War and then the Statue of Liberty. And it was always this quote unquote long-standing relationship.
Right.
But everybody was like, oh shit.
Right. Right, but you got to think about America's track record, man. Remember what they did to the Iranian general? They got rid of him, right? They got rid of Gaddafi. They got rid of the other guy. What's his name? Saddam, right? You know, they ravaged the Middle East. Regime changes, setting up puppet leaders. Haiti, all that, man. That's why them Israelites out there in the Middle East, they call this place Great Satan, man. Hey, remember, they showed you when we were younger. All on TV, man. Hospitals getting bombed. Cities getting bombed. Right? And we was watching that shit like it was just normal. Right? Whole towns getting eliminated, man. Soldiers going in there, killing children, you know?
You have a whole generation of children that came up, and they're now I forgot the name of the trauma syndrome that they were diagnosed with, But essentially, after having these drone strikes happen over and over again, they say that they get like this eerie feeling when it gets dark and cloudy. It's PTSD, but it was from these drone strikes.
That's crazy.
Like you literally inflicted a whole entire generation in a region with trauma. That's the Edomite hegemony for you. That's what you fight for when you like to say you're proud to be an American. The Lord gonna judge America for all the wickedness it's done.
So Isaiah 14 and verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
With the continual stroke, man. His laws, his decrees, his wars. That's that continual stroke. And he's not going to stop until he gets destroyed.
In the NLT it says, you struck the people with endless blows of rage.
Endless blows of rage. This nigga is crazy, man. As we read in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter.
Race for blow. That's intense.
You know?
Endlessly.
It said that he all of his ways were as hell. And as death, he cannot be satisfied, man. This is him.
Hey, like your brothers had said, man, like, yo, like, an atomic bomb was crazy. Like, that was crazy. Like, a fucking bomb, a nuclear bomb, like, that was insane.
It said, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hinder it. These nations that brothers have been going into, man, America has no allies, right? They only have vassals. So they're only agreeing to the things that America pushes while America is in power. A true ally would stick with the nation even while they were on the downslide. But they see the grasp of power slipping from America's hands, man. So now they're maneuvering and positioning themselves to go on the offense, man.
Even if I could mention too, you got the other nations, but then also you got those that are not happy inside America, how the country is being ran. That's why Lord say he sent the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Then you about to have rebellions. You're gonna have all these different far right-wing groups coming against the system. It's all bubbling up, right?
So Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
They deceived you, man. That's why all these backdoor deals are happening, man. All right? The goal is to get rid of the dollar bill, which we know it's all set up anyway. But it's all set up to eventually bring the demise of this the world reserve currency, which is the dollar bill. Right?
All that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
It prevailed against thee. Go ahead.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Yep.
There is none understanding in him.
Read on.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Yep.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Yeah, we know that mounts represent what major governments, man. So the Lord is removing any type of so-called wisdom from this place, man. All right? There's no understanding in Esau, man. Right? He's an unfit king. Right? Go ahead.
And the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Right, so Esau's whole hegemony is going to be cut off by slaughter, fire, and destruction. Right. Go ahead.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yep.
The spilling upon his glory is taking place now, man.
Exactly. Yeah, you're finding out that all your rulers are nothing but homosexual Satanists, man. Yep. It's all coming out. Right? The rituals, the occult, the masonry, it's all coming out. Read on.
It's so bad, they just got the whole fucking ritual on the internet. Like, damn.
Right. TikTok. You know?
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces,
Yep.
and foreigners enter into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them.
Even thou was as one of them. Going back to what? To the time of the Babylonians, man. Right? during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, man, when he came in and he destroyed the first temple, right? Guess what? Esau was there aiding in that shit, man. He was helping. All right? Psalms 137. They said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof, man. So they supported the Babylonians when Jake was getting taken down, man. Right? So you got to pay for that, man.
Right.
See that? The Lord said, even you were one of them. Right? The Lord didn't forget that. Hey, the Lord said in Ecclesiastes 3:15 that the Lord requires which is past. Right? Go ahead, Ox.
Obadiah 1 and 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger.
Exactly.
Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Right? Because Esau was up in there carrying away the substance too. You know? Go ahead, Ox.
Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity.
Yep.
Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity.
Right, so the Lord is reminding Esau of what he did in the time of the Babylonian takedown, man. Right? If you go into the history, he was aided in the process. You know? Go ahead.
Nor have laid hands on their substance
Exactly.
in the day of their calamity.
Go ahead.
Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered of those of his that did remain in the day of distress.
Yeah, because he was slaughtering Jake too, just like the Babylonians were. He was killing Jake too. Read on now.
For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
Yeah, for the day of the Lord is near upon all heathen. And with spiritual, just like now, you got Esau, all right, who's spearheading going back to Amalek, right? But you got Esau and the nations, what, coming together to destroy Jake again, right? And this time we live in. Go ahead.
But we changed that. Time is different.
Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Yeah, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Let me get a quick precept. All right, this is, it says, Ezekiel 39 and 21, it says, and I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed in my hand that I have laid upon them. Right? You can read on. Hey, because, hey, you know, we get caught up in Esau, but you got to remember, too, these heathen, they got to pay, too. Right? All that devoured us, the scriptures say, shall be devoured. All of our adversaries, every one of them, as the scriptures say, man. Right? So you Israelites, you Moabites, especially Moab, man. All the fucking dirt and shit that Moab has done to Jacob. Right? Who else? Ham. Okay? All these nations are gonna pay, man. Elam. Right? Go ahead.
They were those dogs that licked the swords, you know, when you go into the story of Lazarus and the rich man.
Yeah.
You know, so they have to, you know, be repaid, you know, for taking part, as the elder had said, man.
Yep.
You know? Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Yeah, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. That's what you call recompense. That's what justice is, man. The Lord said, hey, wait ye upon me, I will repay. Right? The Lord said he will initiate vengeance, man. Right? Go ahead,
Continuing on, it reads, thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Exactly, go ahead.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually.
Right, because you got over there in the land of Israel, you got Esau, you got Ham, you got Ishmael, all in the Holy Land, man. Well, none of them niggas belong in there, defiling and destroying the land. Because, hey, the land of Israel gonna get cleansed too. Right? That land is gonna see World War III too. Because Iran, hey, they got the missiles ready. Iran is a main producer of uranium, which they have been supplying to Russia and China, which allowed them to have more advanced weaponry over America, man. Right? Go ahead, Op.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
It shall be as nothing, man. These heathen, Esau and these nations are going to drink of the cup, which is what? Judgment, man. All right? Slavery, destruction, man. Read on, Op.
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. Salvation is for the Israelites, starting with the elect. Right. Read on.
And there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Meaning what? We're going to get all our substance back. Everything that Esau and these nations took from us, they're going to give it back. We're going to get it back. Right? We're going to possess their possessions. Read on.
Including them.
Exactly.
You know, they're going to be possessions as well, just real quick.
Yep.
So Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. You know, so all the wicked, you know, Esau, Edom, and these heathen are all going to become possessions to the righteous, man.
Exactly. I got to add on to that before we read on. All right, just to add on to the brother what he said. This is Amos 9 and 11. And it reads, it says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David, which is the spiritual tabernacle. All right, the elect. And I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. All right. And when King David was in rulership, all the nations were under his feet. Verse 12, the point. That they may possess the remnant of Edom. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. So we're going to possess all the Edom and the heathen, man. All right? They're going to become our possession. We're going to rule over them.
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 2. It says, and the people shall take them, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, the land going from the border of Egypt to the river Euphrates. It says, and the strangers shall be joined with them, right. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. The house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. They shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right? Right. These heathen pretty much oppressed us in this society, see? So in the kingdom, they're going to be our servants.
Right. Yep.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
That's right, go ahead.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
That's right.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
And the house of Esau. What is your house? All right, it ain't talking about a building that you live in. Your house represents your lineage, your bloodline. So what did it say about the house of Esau?
The house of Esau for stubble.
The house of Esau for stubble. Meaning he's going to be completely eliminated. Right? This is the future. Right? Because these devils try to say that Esau don't exist. He was done away with. This happened already. When did this happen? Where's the proof?
Look, the scriptures tell us that Esau is the border of wickedness. He's not wickedness everywhere.
Last time I checked, Esau was the end of the world. Meaning Esau would be in the rulership position before the destruction came, man. So Esau's ruling right now, today. He's in power. Go ahead, Al.
Job chapter 18 and verse 16. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. Now going into his lineage, man. It says his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world. So the existence of Esau, Edom, is going to be completely wiped off the face of the earth, man. And the remembrance is going to be no more. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. They that come after him shall be astonished at this day, or at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not the Most High. You know, so just going into what the elder is bringing out, man. You know, Esau, Edom is going to be completely done away with in the earth, man. You know, so when it talks about them being a stubble, once that long, hard 1,000 years of captivity is over, they're going to be burned up and be gone for eternity, man.
I got a quick precept if I may. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 5. So like I'll start at verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? You see, in the grand scheme, the Edomite hegemony is short-lived, man. When you compare what we're about to inherit, an everlasting kingdom, Esau didn't even have a lot of time to really do what he needed to do, right? Hey, because ultimately it was needed that he don't have a lot of time to do his end goal, because as the scriptures tell us in Matthew 24 and 22 that the Lord had to shorten the time for the elect's sake, or no flesh will be saved, right? Showing you how important it is for the triumph of the wicked to have a cap. Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the cloud, okay, because he is the dominant superpower, right? Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He's going to be done away with, right? His house is going to be kicked out, right? Verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. So the memorial of Israel, the memorial of Esau, is not going to be anything of significance, man. His story is just him being destroyed at the end of the day. Ain't nothing more to it.
One day here, next day gone, man.
Right.
So like a bad dream. So we having a horrible nightmare right now. But once you wake up, you know, everything, you have peace again, man. And that's what we're seeking to have.
I got a little bit more. This kingdom is short-lived. He was just set up to rule for a season.
Job 20 and 9. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him.
Right.
Esau gonna be done away with completely, man. He's not gonna have no dominion, no place to dwell. His whole house, his whole seed line, lineage is gonna be done away with, man. He's not needed at that point in the story.
That's why these devils are panicking. That's why they bugging out, man.
They know.
They know, man. All right, the powers that be, all right, that control the world, they know exactly what's going to happen. Right? The devils also believe in tremble, as the scriptures say, man. Right? That has to be fucking terrifying, man. To know that your end is upon you. To know that. It's bad. That your end is upon you, and when the Lord comes back and he gets his hands on you, he's going to eliminate your ass as being a people, man.
1,000 years of slavery, and then kill you.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's why it says they sleep not unless they cause something to fall, man. Because whenever they go to sleep, they have nightmares about going back into captivity. You know, when they wake up, they're like, I gotta do something about this. You know, I gotta do something to stop these Israelites, or else I'm gonna be in chains. I'm gonna be burned up and be gone forever, man.
Hey, that's why them devils be trying to live forever, man. That's why the whole concept of transhumanism, man. Damn devils getting like 10 heart transplants, drinking all that damn blood to stay young. You see what I'm saying? The sex magic and shit. Because they know what's gonna happen in the next life. You know?
He is trying to escape his fate.
Can't do it. Can't change the inevitable, man. Right? It is written, man, that you were set up to rule for a season. The Lord said that you have reached bounds that you cannot pass. So it's time for you to go.
Going back to the spirit of Cain, right? Esau knows what's right to do.
Right.
But as the scriptures tell us in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the spirit within him is not upright.
Right.
This nigga can't figure it out at all. Look, all you need to do is just move accordingly and exercise the law, statutes, and commandments. You in position of power, bro. That's what you was crying about. You was bitching about this to Isaac. Please let me get my birthright. Now you in position and look at you. That's why you ain't deserving, man. Your spirit, you're not meant to get it.
It was set up for him to never get it. Yep. Birthright was always sanctioned to go to Jacob. Yep. That's why the Lord put the spirit on his mother, all right, to supplant his father. To get the birthright. It was already set in stone for Jacob to be, to have the birthright, to rule the nations, man, to rule the world, essentially. That's crazy.
I got a quick one. This is Psalms 49:11.
Wow.
It says their inward thought is that slop. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Exactly.
I'm pretty much going into the point that you have brought up. They feel like they're gonna live forever. That's why they're gonna try to do like the space stuff, the space missions,
Right.
and see if they get to other planets. But truly, they're gonna be rewarded for what they've done in the earth. I'm gonna finish it out.
Right.
It says in their dwelling places to all generations, they call their lands after their own names. That's pretty much going to the Edomites.
Yeah. And the scriptures tell us in Jeremiah 33, heaven and earth could be measured, the depths beneath. He said that he would basically do away with the seed of Israel, man. This is why Esau does all of this shit, man. Talking about we're gonna go to other planets, he's gonna travel space, he's gonna hit the depths of the ocean. He said he also said if he broke the covenant with the sun and the moon, he would also do away with Jacob, man. That's why he's trying to block the sun. Come on, man. Yeah, artificial moons, shooting nuclear weapons at the moon, right?
That's why the scriptures say, why do the heathen rage and imagine the vain things?
Man.
The aim of the heathen is so outlandish. Like, my nigga, you're not going to do this.
Right. But that's what this war is about. All these wars that's leading up to World War III, it's basically these heathen nations are fighting for world dominance. China, Russia, North Korea, other nations actually think that they're going to be the next world superpower after America falls. But they're sadly mistaken, man. All right? The next superpower to rule the earth forever is Israel, man.
That's right.
Right? Yahweh Shai coming. As a matter of fact, give me that in Isaiah 9:6. All right? Start at 5 and read down.
Everybody loves to X out Yahweh Shai's return.
Right.
They love to dismiss his importance in the kingdom. It's his kingdom.
You said verse 6.
Start at 5.
This is Isaiah 9 and verse 6. Verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise,
Yep.
garments rolled in blood, and this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right, but this war is going to be with burning fuel and fire, man. World War III. And what's going to happen right after World War III? Read on.
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given,
Yep.
and the government shall be upon his shoulders.
Which is Yahweh Shai, and it said the government shall be upon his shoulders, which is the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh Shai is coming to bring in the kingdom of heaven on earth. Read on.
And his name shall be called Wonderful, Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Right, so it's heavy because when you read those scriptures here, right after the World War III, Yahweh Shai comes in to set up the government on earth. All right, read on now. Read a little bit more.
Verse 7. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end.
Of the increase of his government, there should be no end. Meaning what? The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of Israel would be an everlasting kingdom, man. There should be no end. The world, as scripture say, the world without end. Was that Isaiah 45 and 17? Right? Get that real quick, and then how you read on. Right? Israel is the world without end. An everlasting rulership, dominion. That's what's coming on the earth, man. This is why Esau is trying to get rid of Jacob. He don't want that to come to pass. He like, fuck it. Drop the missiles, get rid of every fucking body. Right?
You ain't even sorry.
You see that mindset through that mutually assured destruction, man.
Right.
You know, they'd rather everything be destroyed than they lose anything, man.
That's a real whole ass nigga, man. This nigga ready to get rid of the planet Earth. He rather destroy the world than allow Israel to be set back up in power, man. You a real hoe. Go ahead.
Isaiah 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Yup.
Yet ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
Yup.
Worlds without end.
Israel is the world without end, man. The everlasting rulership, dominion, pursuing to what Daniel, I want to say Daniel, the second chapter, right? If you want to get that real quick before we go back. Daniel 2 is 2 and 44, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's another one in Daniel, the second chapter.
Book of Daniel chapter 2 and 44. And in the days of these kings shall Yahweh Bashim Shai of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Which shall never be destroyed. All right, that's it. That's the world without end. Go ahead.
And the kingdom shall not be left to another people.
Yeah, which is the other nations, man. And we're in the last rulership of the heathen. The Edomites. Go ahead.
But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Right, because Yahweh Shai is going to rule the nations, man. Right? That's what the Christian church ain't talking about. Right? Who you ignorantly call JC, he's coming to rule the planet, man. He's coming to take over the earth. And enforce the law, statutes, and commandments on the earth, man. Right? Get that one in Daniel 7 and 14, right?
So Daniel chapter 7, and I'll start in 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven.
Yeah, he's coming with the clouds of heaven. When you read Psalms 104, it says he rideth upon the wings of the wind. All right? Those are the angels, man. The chariots. Yahweh Shai is going to appear on the scene in that massive fathership. Go ahead.
And came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him.
Yeah, see? All these heathen nations are going to be under the subjection of the Israelites. They're all going to serve Israel. These nations are going to be, these nations are part of our inheritance. Pursuing the Psalms, the 2nd chapter, man. And we're going to rule over these nations with a rod of iron. Right?
His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Hey, everlasting dominion, man. An indestructible kingdom. Right? And that kingdom needs to be built up by somebody. Right? And it's not gonna be us. It's gonna be these heathen out here, man. They gonna have to put in that back-breaking work, man. Right? And that kingdom is gonna last forever. There's not gonna be anything, no uprisings, nothing that's gonna be able to tear it down, man.
Right. You know, Esau gonna creep in to overthrow, you know.
That's going to be their glory. The heathen glory is their subjection. They're going to love it. Right? The scriptures tell you that they're going to seek after our ways. You know? 1,000 years of this being drilled into your head, yeah, that's going to do a number on them in the righteous sense, man.
Isaiah 9? This is Isaiah 9 and verse 7. Of the increase of his government shall... Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it.
Yeah, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it, man. Meaning what? King David is still going to have his rightful place on the throne. He's still going to be king of Israel under Yahweh Shai, man. In the order that follows. All right? The 12, right? The 144,000. Right? That's the order. That's the structure. Right? Go ahead, Op.
And to establish it with judgment, with justice from henceforth, even forever.
Even forever, man. The kingdom of heaven is forever, man. We gonna rule the earth forever, man. Right? Get used to it. Go ahead, Doc.
The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this.
Right, so this is the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. This was coming on the earth, man. This is what we are waiting on, man. We are waiting on Yahweh Shai to deliver the remnant, the elect, and destroy Babylon and bring the kingdom of heaven on the earth. Right. As it is written, man. We're waiting for that that new heaven and new earth which dwelleth righteousness, man. Right? And Lord willing, we're a part of that story. See that? Where we actually, pursuing to Revelation 21, you know, we come down out of them chariots with them new bodies, and then guess what? It's the takeover, right? And we establish the law, statute, commandments, the standard in the earth, man. All right? Those fishers become hunters, if you will, man. All right? And that's the beginning of the rulership of the Israelites. The scriptures told us what? That the saints shall take the kingdom. All right? That's the glory we waiting on, man. Okay. That's it.
Lord willing, this is an edifying live lesson. Live camp through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors as always to our apostles and our elders in great millstone that taught us the truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David, how by Yahweh over the elect. Unto you we say Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Kwame Al-Shala.
Hey, Kwame Al-Shala.
Abba Abba.
Abba Abba. Shalom. Shalom.